I hope you're doing well. I am fine myself. Thank you for asking. And thank you for stopping by. For my first timers, welcome. My OGs, my oldies, thank you so much, guys, for just holding us up. And we are making steps and we are learning together. I am proud of us, okay? So our topic of the day, if you've ever handled an orphan, what was your experience and how did these people end up? Yeah, because we always mean well when you're taking care of them, but how do they end up? Yeah, and sometimes how they end up, it just has to do with the system of how we've been taking care of them. Okay. I will start by saying I am not a family counselor. I am talking through experience. Personally, I was orphaned at a very young age. When I was 11 years, 12 years, I lost my parents following each other. And so I have gone through this system, and there are so many things that happened along the way that I didn't know were harming me or hurting me. Until now that I'm old enough to look back, I have my own family to look back and think what my kids will need, yeah? And in case anything happens, death is inevitable and nobody applies for it. And so when one falls into a category of an orphan, which according to the Oxford Dictionary, an orphan is a child below 18 who has been left by parents, either one parent or both parents, or has been abandoned. Yeah. So one thing I will start by saying, let us look at the immediate needs of this person. Yeah. Is it a small baby? Yeah, that needs somebody to take care of, that needs motherly love, that needs a family environment to be taken care of. So we need to check at the immediate needs first. Yeah. This can be a small baby who does not even understand what is happening. Yeah, so this one can be taken up by the family, by the grandmother, by anywhere this child can be comfortable and it will work. Yeah, is this child for 10 years or over, let's say over 5-7 years, these kids understand what is happening? Yeah, do they understand the circumstances they are in? Can they be able to say, is my mom or is my dad dead? Yeah. And why those things, these kids need to be explained to, yeah? And when we are taking them in, we also need to tell them now, because ABCD happens, you will be staying with so and so because of ABCD. Is that okay with you? Yeah? Let us make sure that we are incorporating them in this whole process. It is a merciful situation you're trying to help, but also don't come in so strong, because you might not be the ultimate help. Yeah, you might have all the resources that this child needs to be taken care of, but the relationship, yeah, do you know this child? You might be my aunt, but I don't know you. I have just seen you in 1 or 2 occasions, family gathering. I don't know who you are. So when I'm with you, I'm like I am with a stranger, which is very, very like classical. Yeah, so the well-to-do auntie comes over and takes over and goes with them to the city, takes them to their home, and then this child just stands there like a third leg, doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know these people. He's taking time to interact with these people. Okay. Number 2, the circumstances around this orphanhood. Is this child, did the parents die? Yeah, did the parents abandon this child? Yeah. And if these parents abandon this child, what is my relationship to this child? Am I just a good Samaritan? If I'm a good Samaritan, follow the process. Go to the chief, go report all these things and have the process of adoption started for it to be legal, that you have this child in the legal way. Yeah. But if this child was uprooted from their home and abandoned, there was this child kidnapped and abandoned, and you're the one who's taking care of this child. So many circumstances around this. Yeah. So we need to handle each child by case. Each orphan comes in their own fabric. They need to be taken care of in a different way. So we can't just use a blanket rule for all of them, yeah? Not unless they've fallen in an orphanage, in a system where they already have planned out systems on how to take care of this child. If it's ABCD, they know. Orphaned, they know this is what they need. Whatever, they know what this is what. But if they're falling in a home, us who are taking care of these children need to be very cautious. First, on the psychological wellness of this child, yeah? The health of this child. How is this child? We cannot just start legal issues and we've not taken this child to hospital. It is very important to have them taken care of before we continue with all this, okay? So I had already said number 3, who is taking up the responsibility of this child, yeah? The level of interaction. How do you know, how well do you know this child? What is your relationship with this child? So all those things need to be taken care of. Number 4, and I think it is very crucial, consultation, yeah? Interact with this child. Ask them what they would prefer, yeah? Which environment they want to go to, yeah? You can find out this child would even prefer to stay with the grandmother who is in the village, yeah? And for this period when this child is still mourning, when the wounds in this child are still raw, it is good that we give them that chance, yeah? Let us not be so ambitious about this whole thing, because this kid might end up being damaged. I remember my young brother. He is 4 years. He's 4 years younger than me. And when we lost our parents, this kid was taken up by our relatives. This kid did not know these people, yeah? They had not lived together. Actually, he had just seen them in passing, so he didn't know them. So when he went there, he could not cope. So he was always being tossed here, there. So at the end of everything, this kid suffered abandonment, personal, like anxiety issues. Number 2, the self-esteem was low. And number 3, he became rebellious, yeah? So all these things, I can sit back and attribute it to how it was handled. You might mean well by taking up this person, but at the end of everything, this person is not into this thing, yeah? So let us just try and incorporate them, have them sit down and understand and agree with them, yeah? You're going to stay with me for this long, yeah, because of ABCD. You're going to be under, this is how we do these things in this house. This is what is expected of you, and this is, you know, all these things. When you're taking in, let them know this is what they're expected for and what you mean for them. Why are you taking them up? You want them to go to school and have a good life. Even if this has happened, they also need to move on and just have their own life. Don't do closed doors and these kids are out there and then you come up with a decision, yeah, and just split them and take whoever wants to take. This is not, maybe these kids wants to stay together. If they're 1 or 2, 3, they want to stay together, yeah? Can you merge resources and have these kids stay together, yeah? Even at their grannies, it's fine if he's available, or even having somebody take care of them in their own home. It is still a valid point. They don't need to go with you people, yeah? So let us look into that. And the final point, number 5, what are your long-term plans with this person, yeah? Don't just be ambitious, and I keep on saying ambitious because when death happens in a family, people are emotional and they tend to make decisions in an emotional way, yeah? And at the end of everything, yourself who is taking up these children, have your own responsibilities, yeah? You take up this child and 1 month you're able to provide for them, and after that it becomes trouble downwards. This kid, this is another mouth you're adding to your budget, yeah? You need to know if you're able to sustain this, yeah? We know God will provide, but you also have to be practical, yeah? Are you able to take care of this child? And if you are able to, for how long are you going to take care of this child? And what are the future plans for this person? Because this is just like your child, you're taking them in, and you have to clearly state what is your future plan. Let us do our checks and balances very well and know that you are taking them up because of ABC. If you cannot be able to take them up, it is fine. You can put them in a system, yeah? We have orphanages, yeah? We can put them in a system and have them taken care of by the government or something. Because if you're not able to take care of them and you take them in, you're going to add insult to injury. These are people who are already wounded. Yourself, you're already wounded because you have your personal issues, and this person cannot heal in such an environment. Up somebody who is going to have PTSD at the end of everything, and some of us are suffering that because of the whole system. Yeah. And also remember, this is not free labor that you've gotten. Yeah. When you decide to take up an orphan, take them up with an intention of helping them. Yeah. Take them up of an intention of progressing them. Take them up with an intention of bettering their life from where the trauma that they are suffering from. But if you take them up with an intention of mistreating them, or feeling that it was an obligation for you to do that, so you just take them up and you don't take care of them, you're calling curses upon yourself and your children and your generations. Yeah. So be very careful and very cautious around these humans. Even in the Bible, I'm a Christian. Orphans and widows are the center of God's heart. So let us do ourselves justice and not even fall in sin while trying to. I wanted to point out, I know if you have any issues about it, if you have any person who is going through the same, kindly just drop a comment, we will discuss, and then I can be able to channel you to psychologists who will be able to help you out in this whole situation. Okay. Other than that, I hope we have learned a thing or two. From me now, it is bye and see you next time.